So I'm actually from Arcos de Valdevez, which is in the Minho. My mom is from Vilela de Laje and my dad is from Portela, so they're all in Arcos de Valdevez. How I envision Portugal is just going and visiting my grandparents, so I hold a lot of memories with my grandparents out in Portugal. When I was younger, I would love going out with the cattle, with the cows, the sheep, and everything, and I think that's really built a love for my heritage and who I am and how they put everything together for me to live the life that I'm living today. So my biggest role model is my sister, because she has always taught and inspired me to do better, and she's always been the right-hand go-to man for anything and everything. And most importantly, she's never let me give up on my dreams. So when I'm not in school, I actually own a chocolate business called Everything Chocolate. I'm home-based right out of Cortland Manor, out of my mom's kitchen. I've been doing it for about 4 years. It makes 5 years this November. And I started off as something really small. It was just for fun. COVID had hit. And I actually turned it into something much bigger than I ever expected it to be. So I'm actually part of an organization called People Helping People New York, which is originally based out of Tarrytown, New York. So this organization helps feed the less fortunate in the city. We also have put a lot together with schools, so Sleepy Hollow, Tarrytown, where during Thanksgiving we donate turkeys. For Christmas we try to get bags together, and most recently we did the Boys and Girls Club in Mount Kisco, where we gave them Easter baskets and just try to make holiday special for them. I honestly think from when we started, it has grown a lot. It has been an amazing organization to be a part of. We try to get more and more people involved every day, but I'd also like to get more kids involved just so they could see, you know, they're very fortunate with what they have, and we have been able to put kids into our organization by getting them together for the midnight runs. They do chocolate. They do the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and they just put everything together, so it's a great way to keep them involved as well. So I actually decided to compete for Miss Luso it was like a month before the event had happened. I had brought the idea to Tarrytown in running a Miss Tarrytown, and I went into running for Miss Luso with open arms. I was very scared, very nervous. At first I had asked to not be a part of it, but I'm very glad that I did take on that step and just get out of my comfort zone, just because it did make me connect to a lot of my Portuguese heritage, but it also connected me with my family and my friends from the Portuguese clubs. So I actually had my mother help me a lot. She stood alongside me this whole entire time. She was one that helped me a lot, but I also have to give a lot of credit to our Directora do Salão in Tarrytown. She was up every single day with me, preparing everything, and it was a lot. I don't know how I did it. So I think during my talent, I was able to show who I really am and just show how strong of a leader I can potentially be while holding the title of Miss Luso-Americana. My talent was my small business. I've owned a small business for 4 years, and I've just been a leader for myself, and I've always liked to advocate for myself, so I hope to advocate for our children and potentially connect them in with everything that I am doing. So I was actually really just on the verge of tears. I was very proud of myself. I was very happy that I had finally, you know, stepped out of my comfort zone, did something different, but it just, I don't know, I couldn't think straight. My mind went blank, and it was just pure shock that, you know, I went up there with an open mind, just open to anything, and I had left with the title in hand. So ideally with my title, I hope to teach, inspire, and advocate for our kids. So when I had won the title of Miss Luso, I made a promise to myself that by the end of this year, I would have at least one kid event for all children, and I just think that as Miss Luso-Americana, I think it's important to keep the kids, and that's what I really want to do. I want to advocate for them and make them proud of who they are. So what I admire most about NYPALC is that they're connected to all clubs regardless of where they are in New York. It's not just Westchester, it's not Long Island, and they really try to gather all the communities together. Even when I was younger in Portuguese school, a lot of people from NYPALC actually came to my Portuguese school graduation. So from there, like, I've just seen them all over. Standing alongside NYPALC, I hope to advocate for our younger generations and potentially create an event targeting all kids and teens, just like a Portugal Day. During and after my reign, I hope to keep all youth connected to their community centers, but also be willing enough to explore other community centers around them. I would say I'm most proud of winning this title and be able to connect to my Portuguese roots, but it was also different trying to explain to my grandparents back in Portugal exactly what I did, why I did it, and basically representing who I am in a form that's different. I never thought of running in a pageant, and I'm very glad that I did because it really did connect me to my roots, but it also connected me to my family back in Portugal, and it was just a good experience. So in a nutshell, it's definitely all been great, but there was highs, there was lows, there was points where I kind of felt very overstimulated, overstressed, but I think all of those moments and all of those emotions did all come together to lead to happiness. I would like to thank the Portuguese community for sticking by my side through all the preparation for the pageant, but have also stayed alongside me after the pageant and are always pushing me to do my best, create new ideas, and just everyone's always just been there, open arms and just helping hands. I would just express how great of an experience it has been before running and after running. Just, you really get out of your comfort zone, but you also get to see what you're capable of, and you're testing your limits, which is all worth it to see how far you could come and how great you could actually be. I think honestly it has been the greatest idea, and if anyone was to come to me and ask, should I run for Miss Luso, I'd say yes in a heartbeat.